everybody, it's Jeff Hopper back with Doug Wicks, talking about a mission in life. And I'm going to ask Doug a question he's not ready for.
Uh-oh.
And that is, when it comes to golf, are you a gambler?
No.
Now that could be answered one of two ways, right?
Yeah.
It could mean I put money on the line,
Right.
or I take risks. Are you
Right.
either one of those?
Occasionally I put money on the line, but mainly it's just to keep my interest.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not. I don't like taking money from my friends.
right.
So I don't, and I don't want them to take my money either. So I mainly just to pique my interest and my focus. I like to have a little bit of something. Like
Okay.
I've got a standing bet with a friend that if I hit 12 greens in regulation, we get a milkshake from the other. So
good. Yeah,
yeah,
milkshake is my kind of bet.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that. Our staff, it's always yogurt.
Okay.
We play for yogurt after the round.
Milkshake's old school.
And
isn't
it almost never gets paid off, I've noticed. But
Yeah.
we have it out there
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
But then there's that other side where I'm a risky player. I'll go for it if I have the opportunity. You're not that kind of player?
If I want to play well, that's dumb to
Interesting.
play that way. I mean, my best rounds are boring rounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Try to hit the center of the fairway, try to hit the center of the green, don't go for the pin. You might make a putt, might not, but if you're hitting the center of the green, and fairways, you're probably going to score pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think
Well,
it's
it's
not
true.
real smart to be a gambler.
Yeah,
at
it's
that-
true
at
for
that
me
stage.
too,
Yeah.
because I'm not good enough to take those risks. So conservative wins. Gambling, gamesmanship, getting in somebody's kitchen. These are part of the culture of golf, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're, to me, they're an exciting part of the game, and like I said, they keep your focus. But there's challenges. I remember I made the mistake of getting into a game that I shouldn't have been in, and when I was I was early on, I was in my late 20s, and I lost $100.
And it just felt terrible.
And that ruined it for me. It was like I got drunk once in my life.
Yeah.
And it was a miserable experience.
Interesting.
And I never wanted to do that again.
Right.
Same thing with gambling.
Same thing.
I
Yeah.
lost $100. I thought I never want to be in that position.
Right.
And I never want to put somebody else in that position by taking $100 from them. I mean,
Yes.
Yes. So
I get it.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a tough cultural question.
It
Last
is.
time we talked about language, which is a huge part of culture.
Yeah.
But there are other parts of culture too that if you're going to minister to people, if you're going to minister to them on the golf course or in a foreign country or wherever it is, you're going to have to understand some things about their culture.
That's right.
And you're going to be comfortable with those, and they're going to test your conscience and your faith. That's not easy to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Do you have a time that you kind of remember where you came to realize something culturally, say in Uganda, that caught you off guard and you thought, wow?
Oh gosh, it's a long story, but yes. And Ugandans, I learned the hard way, do not make decisions in like a meeting. So, and they don't speak openly in a meeting necessarily. All their decisions are made outside the meeting, and then the meeting you go in and you announce your decision. I went into a meeting thinking that we were going to hash it out. And we hashed it out, and they agreed with me, I thought, only to find out they did not agree with me. And
They'd already made the decision?
They had made the other direction.
Yes, right.
But they agreed to that to the decision that I thought that we had agreed on.
Wow.
And so that was a very hard situation for me to reconcile at that point. But I realized, okay, this is just a different way of going about making a decision as a team.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is important to know, but we certainly can't be afraid of something being difficult.
Right.
Paul talked about this to the Corinthians when he wrote about being a Jew among Jews and a Roman among Romans, and doing this for the sake of the gospel.
Yeah.
That he was going to make uncomfortable changes because getting Jesus into people's ears
That's right.
was the most important thing
That's
for
right.
him.
And we go down the golf course, we're with a few guys that we've never met before, and you know that those three want to have a little game, you know, you have to realize, okay, what am I going to do here? Is me being out of this game going to ruin my relationship with these guys? Or is it going to be a situation where it would be actually better off if I got into this game in faith?
Right.
You know, that I'm going to, you know, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you know what the definition of a nickel is. In that case,
yes,
you know,
course.
that can be literally nickels. It can be $5. It can be $5,000 from what I hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to know those things and
That's right.
and understand people.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend a lot of time getting too deep into this, but I do want to encourage those who are watching to know that we understand that for some people, gambling is just absolutely
That's right.
a no-no. That's something that's in their church tradition or in their conscience. It may relate to things that they've wrestled with in the past.
They've been hurt by it before.
Right. So they would just always say, I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
For others, it's a little bit more of a gray area, and they may say, you know, I will do this for an end result that may make an eternal difference.
Yeah.
And there are others who say, go in saying, but I have a limit there, and I know what that limit is, and that too is for the sake of an eternal difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, if it's not done in faith,
Everything not done in faith is sin. Yeah. That comes from the end of Romans 14, if you're not familiar with that verse. And it's a good guide when you are dealing with cultures that you're not familiar with.
That's right.
I have to appeal to my faith.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, thank you that you were with us, and we'll be back next time with you alongside, we hope.